Hello everyone, my name is Ashish and you are watching another YouTube channel, and in this video we are going to learn about CSS animations. So without wasting any time, let's get started. If you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell icon so that you don't miss any of our videos. Using CSS, we can animate HTML elements without using JavaScript or Flash. The animations allows us to change as many CSS properties as we want and as many times as we want. To use the CSS animations, we must first specify some keyframes for the animation. The keyframes rule holds what styles the animation will have at a particular time. To use the keyframes rule, we need to first specify the name of the animation. This is done by the animation name property. Now let's define the keyframes. To change the CSS properties, we'll use the keywords from and to, where from is used for the first frame and to is used for the last frame. We can't see anything happening because we have not yet defined the animation duration property. The animation duration property defines how long the animation should take to complete. By default, its value is 0. Let's set the animation duration to 2 seconds. Now we can see the animation happening. We can also define the animation by using percentages, where 0 represents the first frame and the 100% represents the complete or the last frame. We can use as many percentages in between as we want. For example, here I am setting a different style at 50% and see how the animation changes. Now before we move further, I need to tell you that if you are using an older browser or if your clients will be using older browsers, then you need to use some browser specific prefixes. These older browsers need these specific prefixes to understand the animation properties. Here I am using the latest version of Google Chrome, hence I do not need to use any browser prefixes. Moving further, next we have the animation delay property. The animation delay property specifies a delay for the start of an animation. For example, here we will set the animation delay to 3 seconds. So now as we can see, the animation will start after a delay of 3 seconds. You can also use negative values here. If you use negative values, the animation will start as if it had already been playing for that many particular seconds. The next property we have is the animation iteration count property. It is also self-explanatory and it specifies the number of times an animation should run. So if I set the animation iteration count to 3, then it will run the animation 3 times. If you want the animation to continue forever, you can use the word infinite. Next, we have the animation direction property. The animation direction property specifies whether an animation should be played forward, backwards, or in alternate cycles. Here you can see if I set the value of animation direction to reverse, then the animation is playing in the reverse direction. If I do alternate, then the animation is first playing forward and then backwards. Next, to specify the speed of animation, we need to use the animation timing function property. The animation timing function property can take various values like ease, which is the default, and linear, ease in, ease out, or ease in out. If you want to define your own speed, you can use the cubic-beizer function. The cubic-beizer function defines a cubic-beizer curve. It takes 4 values, P0, P1, P2 and P3. The P0 and P3 are the start and the end values. P1 and P2 defines the speed in between. All the 4 values, that is P0, P1, P2 and P3, should be between 0 and 1. You can try experimenting with the cubic-beizer values. However, most of the time you won't need to use this. The CSS animations do not affect an element before the first keyframe or after the last keyframe. The animation fill mode property can override this behavior. The animation fill mode property specifies a style for the target element when the animation is not playing, that is, when before it starts or after it ends or both. For example, if I set the animation fill mode to forwards, the element will retain the style values that is set by the last keyframe. If it is set to backwards, the element will get the style values that is set by the first keyframe and retains this during the animation delay period. Here you can see the border of the div is yellow even though it is defined as red by default in the div styling. If we set the fill mode to both, the animation will follow the rules for both forward and backwards, extending the animation properties in both directions. We can use the animation shorthand property to define the first 6 properties in one go. That's all you need to know in CSS animations. Thank you for watching the video. Please hit the like button if you learned something. If you are new here, consider subscribing. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.